Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you to EduTap. Guys, this is your lecture series which has been started for phase 1 of RBI Grade B 2021. So, the exam date is out. 6th March is the exam date, and EduTap has started this series, a daily series for the coverage of various topics varying from quantitative reasoning, English and GA for phase 1 of RBI Grade B, right? So guys, we are discussing previous year questions of QRE in the same series, and along with that for GA we cover your current affairs as well as we plan to cover your static GA, right? So one lecture under this series has already taken place, in which Gurkirat sir has discussed October current affairs. Today I'm gonna discuss with you November 2020 current affairs, right? So let's start, guys. And yes, before we proceed, I would request you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get daily videos which are going to be helpful for your examination. You can also subscribe, you can join our Telegram channel. The link of the same is in the description of this video. This way, by joining a Telegram channel, you can get free content for various examinations and especially for RBI Grade B. Okay. So guys, just to bring to your notice, EduTap has been producing brilliant results consistently from past many years. This is our EduTap Hall of Fame, RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A, SEBI Grade A. You see all the toppers, and if you want to see the strategies of these toppers, which are very crucial at this point of time, I would suggest you to go to our YouTube channel again and therein find the interviews by these toppers, and you can actually inculcate the important points for your examination also, like the strategy for your examination also. And a very important announcement, we are running 30% off on our RBI Grade B 2021 courses. Use the coupon code WOW30 to avail this discount, right? So right, starting off with your question series, guys. Today I have 20 questions for you. We'll be quickly discussing these questions. Your time is very important at this point of time, right? So the question is, who among the following is the author of the book Till We Win? So, who is the author of this book which was in news in the month of November? Guys, there is not one but many authors, as from the options you can see. Chandrakant Laharia, Gagandeep Kang, Randeep Guleria. All these three were the authors of this particular book, Till We Win, and it was around the COVID-19 pandemic. So the name of the book, the theme, and the writers, these are the important things. The questions can be framed on any of these things, right? Next question. Recently, the inspiring story of Forest Man of India has become the part of school curriculum of USA. Who among the following is Forest Man of India? My dear friends, I want to tell you that the objective of this series is to cover questions for you, the hand-picked most important questions for you, right? So we'll be coming up in this lecture I have a bit less questions, so next time I'll bring more of such questions, right? So coming back here, inspiring story of Forest Man of India. This Forest Man of India is Jadav Payang, right? So why is this important? Because this person has been included in the school curriculum of USA. So now the international angle has come into the national news, so it becomes more important. Next question is, according to WWF Water Risk Report, how many cities of India are expected to suffer the greatest rise in water risk by the year 2050? So very important thing, see, you have to know, water risk report is released by whom, right? So the answer is WWF. One, this is very important. Secondly, water risk which is going to be suffered by the countries of by the cities of India, how many in number? Answer is 30. So the 30 cities of India are going to suffer the greatest rate of water risk by the year 2050. This year is also important. So 30 hai, cities 2050 tak. You have to keep this in mind. Phase 1 ke liye this question is going to be important, and this can even be important for phase 2. Okay, my next question. World Tsunami Awareness Day is observed on which of the following days? So from November this has been picked, and your World Tsunami Awareness Day is on November 5th. Apart from days, the date on which it is observed, you also have to know the theme if there is any. So yes, World Tsunami Awareness Day had a theme which is Sendai 7 campaign. So Sendai framework is quite famous in like environmental, if we talk about environment parlance, then it is very common. So Sendai is in Japan. Sendai 7 campaign is the theme of Tsunami Awareness Day observed on 5th November. Next question. Who among the following diplomats of India is elected to UN's Advisory Committee on Administrative and Budgetary Questions? तो guys, ये जो administrative budgetary questions हैं, this is related to United Nations and an important Indian personality, the diplomat of India, has been elected to this committee, so that is why we need to know this. So typical GA question hai, majorly questions from December, Jan, Feb. These are going to be important, right? But we are trying to cover few questions which are important from even previous 2 months, so that you become safe in terms of preparation. So answer is Vidisha Mehta. So, Indian diplomat Vidisha Mehta has been elected to UN Advisory Committee on Administrative and Budgetary Questions. Next, AIM Serious Program 3.0, that is Atal Innovation Mission Serious Program, has been recently launched in India to develop technological solutions in a collaboration with which of the following country? So, guys, AIM Serious is a program related to Niti Aayog. Very important, this you have to keep in mind, right? And this is in collaboration with which country? So again, the country is important. Russia is the right answer. Okay, AIM Serious with Russia. So basically, India is trying to be serious nowadays with Russia. It seems that we are not taking care like of Russia much. We are more into US and other countries. So that is why we have launched this program. Just a trick to help you remember this thing if you might forget. Next question. In which one of the following cities India's first sandalwood museum has been launched? Important. This is why India's first. So this tells you, this directive gives you the information that this news is important. So India's first sandalwood museum has been launched in Mysuru Palace. So basically, it's in Karnataka, right? Mysore, a beautiful, beautiful city. There, this sandalwood museum has been launched. Mysuru Palace is itself very beautiful, right? Next question. Recently, Asif Basra has passed away. He was a veteran dash. So Asif Basra belong to which particular profession? This is a type of question which RBI has been asking. The field of the person who has passed away, right? So the answer here would be actor, singer, cartoonist, choreographer or writer. Our answer, guys, is this is Asif Basra and our answer here is actor. I hope you remember. If you have seen the pictures or in some movies, like in some short series, Asif Basra, he has now passed away. Which one of the following states has signed an MOU with World Fish? World Fish is a non-profit organization to introduce fish and fish-based products in its supplementary nutrition program. So guys, let me tell you, this question is also important for ESI. That means it is also important for phase 2. Why? Because it is directly related to health. So an MOU with World Fish has been signed by which state, as they are going to introduce supplementary nutrition through fish in their nutrition program. So the answer is, guys, Odisha, right? Odisha, people from Odisha must be very much fond of anyhow rice and fish. So this is easy to remember. Recently, Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa has passed away. He was the PM of which one of the following countries? So guys, what is the answer here? Bahrain. Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa was the Prime Minister of Bahrain. It's a very small country, Gulf country, and he was the longest serving Prime Minister of any country. Okay. Question 11th, guys. Global payments technology major MasterCard has joined hands with the development agency USAID for the project Dash to empower women through financial inclusion in India. So this project again is related to phase 2. Why? Because you see that it is talking about financial inclusion as well as empowerment of women. So MasterCard has actually collaborated with USAID, US agency, for project Kirana. The project Kirana is going to help increase the financial inclusion specifically of women. Next, who among the following has been elected as the external auditor of Inter-Parliamentary Union in the month of November? The November month tells you it is from November. Okay? Inter-Parliamentary Union. This personality is also related to, he has been the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu Kashmir earlier, and when he was appointed, the question was asked at that time also in RBI. or even I think NABARD. NABARD, this question was asked, right, in phase one. So GC Murmuru, now he is the external auditor of Inter-Parliamentary Union. An important appointment to the post, right? And GC Murmuru has himself been in news a lot, so this question becomes important. Recently, Roche Mark Christian Kabor has been re-elected as the president of which of the following countries? The important personality is a typical GA question. You have to know the president of the major countries, which are appointed recently. So Joe Biden, everyone is knowing now. He is the now newly elected president of USA, right? But Roche Mark Christian is the president of Burkina Faso, right? We will cover, guys, I always say that you have to cover the countries, capital and currencies, and for that the very basic thing to cover those countries which are important is to know the current affair part. So basically the idea is that you should cover the capital and currency of the countries which are here in news, like Burkina Faso was in news, right? Bahrain was in news. So try to cover that from your end, or else in the same series we'll be coming up with the static GK session also, in which we will cover that. ठीक है जी? Next पे चलते हैं. Every year International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women is observed on. So, violence against women is observed on November 25th every year. Again, theme is important. Theme was Orange the World. Fund, respond, prevent, collect. So, orange, basically you have to make the world orange through response, prevention, collection, etc. November 25th is the Elimination of Violence Day against women. Next question, who among the following is the head of the panel formed by Niti Aayog to explore the technological and commercial viability of the Virgin Hyperloop technology, which is for ultra high speed travel? So because of the involvement of Niti Aayog, this becomes important for you. Secondly, Hyperloop technology is in news. It's ultra high speed travel, right? It is going to like work through capsules that ultra high speed means that a person will just sit and many kilometers will be covered just in few seconds. I think this idea was again given by Elon Musk. So coming back to the question, guys, so this head of the panel of Niti Aayog is VK Saraswat ji. ठीक है? VK Saraswat, this is Virgin Hyperloop 1, India ka hai, so 1 is the name here. So guys, Niti Aayog has formed this panel so that they can look into the commercial as well as technological viability of this technology in India. Chairman of the panel is going to be Saraswat ji and convener Sudhendu Jyoti Sinha. Okay, important, pretty important. Okay, next question. Answer is here. I'm sorry for this. Which of the following states' chief minister has flagged off an 11-year-long Urja Swaraj Yatra? Very important for phase 2. Why? Because it is related to Urja Swaraj. Urja basically is energy, right? So, Chief Minister of the state of Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, has inaugurated, flagged off this Urja Swaraj Yatra. This is a bus which is going to travel for 11 years running on solar energy, right? Urja Swaraj, the idea was given by Chetan Solanki for the promotion of green energy. Chetan Solanki is also going to be the ambassador of the state of Madhya Pradesh for solar energy till 2023. So here one more question is that who is going to be the state ambassador of the Madhya Pradesh state for solar energy? It is Chetan Solanki. He is an IIT Mumbai alumnus and he is involved in solar energy, solar energy technology and related concept. Okay? So Chetan Solanki, Madhya Pradesh and Urja Swaraj Yatra. This is your Urja Swaraj Yatra starting 2020 for 2030. Next is, in partnership with United Nations Development Programme, which of the following organizations has launched the SDG Investor Map for India? The UNDP has launched SDG Investor Map for India in collaboration with which of the following organizations? Very easy answer, guys. It's Invest India. Invest India is related to Investor Map. So you can remember it. Invest India is the organization for promoting investment in India, encouraging investment in India, and UNDP is going to help invest India for investor map. Right, it is related to SDGs again. This is again a very important question, and there will be no kind of surprise thing if this question is asked in phase 2, because sustainable development goal thing is there, investment thing is there. So UNDP and Invest India have launched this investor map, and this particular investment opportunity areas are divided into 6 sectors, which are education, health, agriculture, financial service, renewable energy, sustainable environment. So basically the 6 areas from your syllabus which are very important for the ESI part are their enabling sectors. I hope you will never forget it. I always say that education, healthcare, sustainable development, renewable energy, these are important. This agriculture has been newly added in your syllabus of ESI at this time, right? They have written specifically that things related to agriculture developments. So this is also involved, right? I hope this helps you to remember this. Hanji, Fakir Chand Kohli ji in front of you. Recently, Padma Bhushan awardee Fakir Chand Kohli has passed away. He was the longest serving chief executive of which of the following IT companies? So he was the chief executive of TCS. Guys, Fakir Chand Kohli ji is called as the father of Indian software industry. Very important. The profession of Fakir Chand Kohli ji can be asked that he was in like which field, IT field he was, related to company TCS, father of Indian software. So all these things about him you have to know, right? Very, very important, and a very important and humble personality. Question 19, guys. I have 21 questions to discuss today. Which one of the following states has signed an LOU, Letter of Understanding, with United Nations World Food Programme for its proposed participation to achieve food and nutritional security goals in the state? Now, this is a like phase 1, phase 2, both important question important for both the phases. But you have to understand that because United Nations WFP is involved, which itself has got Nobel Prize this year. I hope we are aware. If not, please keep in mind Nobel Prize for Peace has gone to World Food Programme of United Nations, right? It is now involved with the state of India to achieve nutritional security goals. So it is very important for you to know the state. The answer is Rajasthan, guys. And Sustainable Development Goal 2 is related to zero hunger. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, if you were not aware about it, to be attained by 2030. Principal body for the implementation of these goals is Niti Aayog in India, right? So please remember, and now Rajasthan has signed an LOU with WFP to achieve food and nutritional security. Next question is, India CEO Forum on Dash has taken place recently. Yes, so CEO Forum on which of the following topics took place? Renewable energy, GST law, climate change, GDP growth, none of the above. All topics are important, right? But our answer is climate change. So climate change CEO forum was based on, it was organized. If you know the ministry organizing, you will always remember it. So Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So this ministry organized the India CEO forum on climate change. Please remember this, it is again very important. My last question of the lecture is, recently 6 women-led startups have won COVID-19 a dash organized by MyGov in collaboration with UN Women. The United Nations body, again, international body that is of a very high importance, United Nations. The UN Women collaborated with MyGov and they started a challenge related to what? Which has been won by women-led startups. Shri Shakti Challenge. So, COVID-19 Shri Shakti Challenge was won by women-led startups and organized by whom? This you have to know. The idea is this challenge was related to what, who has won it, and organized by whom. So, these are the things you have to keep in mind. So, that's it, guys, from my end. We have covered some very important questions from November. We are also planning to come up with a marathon series, which is probably going to be started just few days before your examination, so that you can retain all these questions which we are covering, right? So stay tuned to these series and take the maximum benefit out of these. Do download the PDFs and do your revision, right? Wishing you all the very best from our entire team. We are there with you. Drop us a mail at hello@edutab.co.in for any query, right? You can also give us a call at 8146207241, but please bear with us in case of any delay, because a lot of queries and calls are pouring in. So if we get delayed, to thoda sa do not get like pissed off with this, right? So that's it, guys. Thank you, bye bye, and see you soon.